All right, everybody, I'm out in the garage this morning and I'm actually cleaning up Ruby. My wife and I are heading to a car show tomorrow, or Saturday morning. This is Thursday. Saturday morning, over in Owensboro, Kentucky, which is for us, about 50 minutes away. So I've got to get her cleaned up today, start cleaning it up today, and I'll finish it up tomorrow. But weather has cooled down. It's supposed to only be 65 degrees Saturday, so it should be a pretty nice day. It's going to be full sun, so I expect it's going to be a pretty good day. But I want to get out here and get a video of the 32 Coupe. And you know what, boys? I got her done. Yeah, I got after it, and I got that sucker done, boy. Let's do a little recap here. All the paint that I've been using here recently for about my last 4 or 5 builds has been all the Tamiya acrylic paints. And I decided to paint this one black that you all know. That's the X1. And then I thin it with the Mr. Color leveling thinner, the good old unicorn tears. And then I clear it with the Tamiya X22. And then it's all been working out really well for me. That Tamiya rubber black, that XF85, that's a flat black, and that's what I painted the running boards with. But everything seemed to come out fairly good on this kit. The only decal that I was originally going to use was the decal for the license plate, and I'm going to put that on this morning. And after about 30 seconds in the warm water, all it wanted to do was curl up. And once I put it on the back of with that little metal plate goes on the back of the car, it wouldn't stay down. It just kept curling up. And I tried to use some of this right here to put on the back of it and get it to stay down. And I just couldn't get them to work. So, you know, it's a good thing I decided not to use the decals that come with this. But anyway, I got her done. I used the license plate out of the Revell 30 Coupe kit, so worked out pretty well, and it was black and yellow, so I really liked it. So all right, boys, let's take a look here, and y'all tell me what you think of my rendition of the Revell's 32 Ford 3-window Coupe. All right, boys, let me get my chair pulled up here. Here she is. You can see that to me is XF85 rubber black that I put on the running boards there. That paint works out really well. I like that. The car came out really nice. The paint came out really nice for me. I tell you what, this black, let me show you what I use here. This is my wife got me this. This is a little brush for, I guess, when they put their makeup and stuff on and brush it on their face, but it's really, really soft. And this is what I use to brush my models off with, and it really works well. But boy, I'll tell you what, it doesn't take but a couple minutes and the dust is already back on it. It's like a magnet. Black is like a magnet for dust. Of course, you guys know that. The hood, it's a 3-piece. I did not glue it all together. I just have it sitting in there because I read too many issues with the hood. When it gets glued together, it just doesn't want to fit right. So I decided to display it this way. It fits really well if you don't glue it together, and I think it came out pretty good. Those headlights, I tell you what, for the life of me, I could not get those headlights to stay on that bar. I tried to glue them, so I had to sit there and hold each light for, I know, at least 5 minutes to hold it in place to get it to set where I wanted it. But boy, I tell you what, that was a chore getting those on there. But I think it looks good. The hood looks good. It fits really nice, and it just looks good. Excuse me. I painted the interior with this Tamiya's FX57 buff. I really use that a lot for interiors, and I also have another one here that I use, actually a couple more. This one is the XF9. It's called Hull Red. That's a And I used that on the interior in here for the armrest and the buttons on the back of the seat. And this is another paint that I use that's good for interior, and it's called Flat Earth FX52. Those are all pretty good paints. I use those quite a bit. There's the plate on the back that I got. Looks pretty good, I guess. You know, it's black and yellow, so it looks all right. The rear taillights, boy, those things, they're almost invisible on there, aren't they? They did have in the kit some little chrome pieces. If you wanted to drill some holes and locate those, then you have to paint your red on them. But I decided I want these little bitty ones here, so they went pretty good. Those bumpers, like always, man, they're kind of a chore to get them to lay in there just the way you want them. But I think it came out pretty good. I don't know if we can see inside on the interior. Let me. You can kind of see the buttons on the back of the seat. I did them in that whole red. We're not going to be able to see a whole lot here, but painted the steering wheel same color as the interior, and then painted the centerpiece black, the horn button, and then the bars are all chrome. But boys, I think this is a nice looking kit. This, like I said, this was my first, well, not my first black paint job, but my first black paint job that excuse me, came out presentable, and I think it turned out pretty good. So let's get this hood off here now, and we'll take a look inside. You can see it's just, I've got it in 3 pieces. I didn't do a whole lot. This is basically box stock, other than the plug wires. And this is a little small block 289 or 302. Came out pretty good. I like it. Those the plug wires, because some of you guys have asked, so let me show y'all here. Let me get it, and let me get this up here too. All right. Sorry for making you dizzy there. This is the wire that I use. I bought it online. It's a 30 gauge. This is the wire that I use for the plug wires. It seems to be about the right size for scale. You can see it looks pretty good. And then let me get this over. This wire here, this is the old school telephone wire that everybody used to have in their house back in the day when they'd run telephone wire to their old rotary phones and push button phones. But anyway, you get there's 4 wires inside, a red, green, black, and yellow, and the insulation on the outside of that wire is what I use for the plug boots, because it fits over that 30 gauge pretty nicely. And then the inside of that wire, or the inside of that insulation, the wire that's actually in there, I use that to wrap my coils with, to give it an appearance of a coilover shock. So that old telephone wire serves a dual purpose, I guess you could say. And I'll show you here in a minute. I'll kind of flip this thing over on its side, but I think she came out pretty good, fellas. You guys have to tell me what you think, but I'll tell you what. Excuse me. I think I got me a pretty good black paint job this time. Came out pretty good. I'll tell you guys what. This Tamiya paint, the acrylics, I have painted, gosh, my last, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is number 5 that I have painted with the Tamiya acrylic paints, and all 5 of these have come out really nice. So I'm really pleased with this Tamiya acrylic paint. And of course, the acrylic is easier to clean up, and it doesn't smell like the enamels or the lacquer does. But I don't know. For me, for right now, it seems to be working really well for me. Well, let me flip this around here, and we'll tip her over here and show you the bottom side of this thing. I got some cherry bombs on it. Other than that, it's just basic, pretty basic. I mean, it's stock. You can see my coilovers there. I wrap that telephone wire around. I paint those coil shocks, to me, a silver leaf, and then I wrap that wire around it, and it kind of gives it the appearance of a coil over it, and it works out pretty good. But this was a nice kit. The only thing that I found, the chrome parts in the kit they seem to be a little bit twisted. But I dealt with it, and I had to break one of them and glue it back together kind of straight. But it came out okay. But I'm really pleased with this kit. It came out really nice. I'm just really digging it. These back pieces here, let me get me a pointer so I don't have my big old fat finger in the way. On the back here, that spreader bar, these pieces on each side that actually hold the bumper brackets, I didn't glue those on initially. I left them off and painted those separate because I wasn't sure if I could get that spreader bar in there or not. And good thing I left them off, because I don't know if I could have or not. But it worked out. Now, all the four bumper brackets, the front and the rear, they all had little nubs sticking off of them, where they were supposed to match up with a corresponding little groove in the back of these bumpers, but they didn't work out very well, and I sanded those off flat and just glued the bumper straight onto the flat part of those brackets, and it worked out pretty well. So I'm pleased with how it come out. And like I said, this is basically box stock. I didn't do anything special to it, just the plug wires. I really dig the stance on this. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it came out nice. I like how they Revell set this up. Those wheels and tires are right at the edge of the fenders. It just looks pretty cool. That's the way I got Ruby set up. Let me show you all here, because see how I got the tires right out at the fender. Same on the back. See, the tires are right out at the fender. That's about the best way, best look you can see on a hot rod or a classic vehicle, to me anyway. I mean, it just makes it look badass. All right, fellas, I'm not going to keep you much longer here. I got this 32 Ford three-window coupe done. I'm calling this one the little Deuce Coupe, because that's what they were famous for. And the 32 is what started the name Deuce Coupe, and it got its name Deuce because of the 2 in the year of the car. I had to do a little research on that, because I knew about that, but I wasn't exactly sure, and that's what I found, that it kind of got its name Deuce Coupe because of the 2 that's in the year of the car. So I just thought that was pretty cool. Just a little bit of history on this, some food for thought for you fellas. But guys, I think I'm going to end this, and you leave me some comments down below on what you think of my rendition of Revell's 32 Ford 3-window coupe. All right, guys, I'm done.